Sometimes you might need a pick-me-up, a push in the right direction, some words that help put you back on track. This is the Learn, Develop, Live podcast with your motivational moment.
Good morning! Welcome to the Learn, Develop, Live podcast and your very own motivational moment for the week. I'm your host, director, CEO of the show, Chris Jacks. How are you today? What's new in your life? Now, criticism is a hard thing to both take and receive, more so when it's not even constructive. You can have a million positive things said about you, but it takes just one comment, that one negative comment that will, for whatever reason, just stick with you. Constant self-criticism is soul-withering at best. Returning to the show is the world-class hypnotherapist Marisa Peer. Marisa, during this talk, teaches us the importance of making praise familiar and constructive criticism unfamiliar. Here is Marisa.
One of the things that's really, really important to make familiar is praise. And one of the things to make unfamiliar is criticism. And if criticism is familiar and praise is unfamiliar, guess what happens? I might say to you, I love that talk you gave earlier. And you're going to go back, do you know, it wasn't very good. I forgot the best bit. And the other person was much better. I might say to you, I love that shirt. And you're going to go, I've had it for 5 years, got a hole in it. I got it in a second-hand shop. What are you doing? You don't like praise because it's unfamiliar, so you're rejecting it. And you are adding in criticism because that is familiar. Who here does that? Anyone here do that? Okay, you've got to stop because I told you to. You've also got to stop. Creative people are massively suggestible, but you've really got to stop because, so this is the wrong way around, the major cause of depression are harsh, hurtful, critical words that you say to yourself over and over again. Scientists know this. They've known it for 10 years. I'm going to tell you that again. The major cause of depression is harsh, hurtful, critical words that you say to you. So we know that praise massively boosts your self-esteem. And guess what diminishes it? Criticism. Criticism withers people, praise builds them up. But your own praise is more effective than someone else. If I said to my PA, oh my God, you're indispensable to me, I just love you. Could you work all weekend? I have an agenda. But when you praise yourself, there's no agenda. So I'm working with this novelist. And he's really, really very, very depressed indeed. He's right on the edge. And every time I say something to him, like, oh, my dad loved that film. He goes, oh, it was terrible. The director got it all wrong. The casting agent was wrong. He cannot let him praise at all. And his story, so when he was 17, he was in love with this girl in his village. She was in love with him. His parents wanted to move 300 miles away. He didn't want to go. And his girlfriend's parents said, you can come and live with us because she'll be heartbroken if you move. And his parents said, if you move, we will never speak to you again. So he moved. They cut him off at the knees. They didn't even give him an address or a photo. They never saw him. He married this girl, had 3 children, hugely successful, and she died. And her parents died in an accident. And now this guy is alone and devastated. And he finds his parents and he says to them, I'm all alone. I just need you. They're like, okay, well, look, you've done very well. Could you buy us a house? Okay. With a swimming pool? Okay. So he's bought them this amazing house, and they are the most critical, mean, withholding people who've never praised him. And his dad's died. And now he's gone into this deep depression. And I understand that because he's never got praise. So I'm talking about this missing thing. And I've said to him, listen, what do you want? What did you want your dad to say? And I knew what it was. He couldn't even say it. So I put my hand on his shoulder and I went, you are a good son. His shoulder started to shake. He started to shake. He cried so much. He couldn't even hear me. So then I went, listen, let this in. You are a good son. Your dad is never going to tell you. The fact that he's dead is irrelevant. He wouldn't say it when he was alive, but you say it. So I'm now making him say, I'm a good son, I'm a good son. I can't even tell you how it transformed him. So how many of you here have got a missing part? Something, some teacher, parent, ex-girlfriend, boyfriend, someone has never said to you that you like to hear. And it's all pretty much the same stuff. I'm a good kid. I'm a loving person. I'm clever. My teachers always told me I was stupid. And I let that in, and now I don't let it in. So, and I thought I was hideously ugly too, but it doesn't matter because you can change. So everyone close your eyes, and you're going to say out loud what it is you want to hear. No one's listening to you because we're all doing our own stuff. So I want you to say it. I am. Say it out loud right now. Make it familiar. Okay, I want to hear you. Say it louder. Keep going. A good person, a loving daughter, a fantastic employee. I don't care what you say. Finish the sentence. Keep going. I want you to keep doing this because you're going to make the familiar unfamiliar. But now you're all going to say out loud, really loud, I am enough. I am enough. I've always been enough.
And that was the incredible Marisa Peer. Now, think about this. Harsh, hurtful, critical words you say to yourself is the major cause of depression. If criticism is familiar to you, you will always reject praise and just insert criticism. Every time someone tries to praise you, every single opportunity you get. As Marisa Peer describes, you must first learn to make praise familiar through self-hypnosis. But more specifically, you must learn to make self-praise familiar. For it is far more effective when it comes from you than when it comes from anywhere else. Now, if you're pumped up and ready to go, come and get yourself on my calendar to book your free 30-minute LDL power call. It is free after all, and who doesn't like free things? Let's get you moving in the right direction before you lose sight of it. Don't delay your big plan any longer. The time is now to start to move forward. Don't let the opportunity slip away for another day. Come over to ldlcall.com, find that ideal slot for you, and let's speak soon. As for now, I'll be back tomorrow. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.
Thanks for listening. You can find more motivational moments at learndeveloplive.com, and we'll be back to inspire you again tomorrow.